Hello everyone. Today, let's take a look at a machine, a green 11.1-inch handheld device with a dedicated graphics card. For many longtime fans, you've probably seen this design plenty of times already. But today, let's take another quick look and give a brief introduction. First, on the front, we have the controller function area, the joystick, D-pad, ABXY buttons, the Windows key, and a one-touch button to return to the desktop. Over here is the Xbox button, and here are two controller buttons. This side has the volume up and down controls. On the top, there's the power switch, performance mode toggle, DC power port, HDMI, and Type-C port. There are 4 shoulder buttons, nothing on the bottom, and here are 2 speaker grills, the speaker output holes. This is a row of cooling exhaust vents, and on the back here, there are 2 USB 2.0 ports, and here is an air intake vent for cooling. All right, let's take a look at the specific configuration of this device. This is a handheld console with a 3060 dedicated graphics card. As for the processor, it's an 11th Gen i5-11260H with 32 gigabytes of RAM, and the graphics card is a 3060. As for the display, this screen is 10.1 inches with 100% color gamut and a peak brightness of 1100 nits. The quality of the screen is excellent, and the brightness is extremely high. For the hard drive, the basic requirement for this machine is a 512 gigabytes drive, and the network card is a Wi-Fi 6 card. Alright, so why did I film this 3060 today? Actually, the main thing I want to talk about in this video is that this 10.1-inch device has undergone 2 optimizations and improvements. The first is that these 2 joysticks have been upgraded to Hall effect joysticks. In terms of feel, they're much better than regular joysticks. Also, the trigger buttons LT and RT have now been upgraded to Hall effect as well. Previously, the joysticks used a mechanical positioning structure, and honestly, the feel when pressing them just wasn't quite there. Now that they've been upgraded to Hall effect, the rebound and tactile feedback are especially good. It's a huge improvement over before. So mainly, I just wanted to let everyone know about these 2 upgrades. Next, let's take a look at how this 3060 performs when playing games. 7 Days to Die. This game actually has pretty high system requirements. You can see that before. I've recorded videos of this game running on the 4060, 4080, and 4090. In my previous videos, a lot of people asked why the device was always shown sitting on a table, saying there weren't any real usage scenarios or anything like that. Since I film these videos by myself, you see the camera is set up here, so I can't really move around. For example, if I put the device on my lap, it's hard to film. Otherwise, I could just hold it up instead of putting it on the table and just play like this. See, it's not on the table now. When it's on the table, I just pick it up and play. That way, absolutely no one can genuinely say it's too heavy to lift, right? Yeah. Let's take a look at this game. Now we're going up ahead to pick up some items. Check the travel bag. Let me take a moment to carefully examine and thoroughly review the situation at hand. Oh, there's still something to pick up here. There's nothing inside here.